4 o'clock here in the UK. It's just turned dead on 4, so we'll be able to begin the presentation. As I say, welcome. My name is Siobhan. I work in the accommodation team. Kasia is your residence manager who will be going through the presentation with you today. And then at the end, we're going to have a session for your questions. We have got a Q&A box, so towards the end, if you want to start popping in your questions, something that's not been covered in the presentation, I'll be able to ask Kasia on your behalf. So let me hand over now to Kasia, your RM.
Let me say hello again. My name is Kasia. I will be with you for the entire year. I work from Sketch House on a daily basis, and you can come and talk to me, find me around the building, come and ask for me at the reception. Yeah, I think we should start with the presentation, and I'll tell you everything else about Sketch House and about my role and how are we going to be working together. So first section that we're going to cover is before you arrive. I will talk you through your rent details. We've got those questions every single time, so don't worry. If you forget, you can always come and ask or go and have a look at the halls guide, so don't worry. We'll talk you through what's going to happen on a welcome day and on your arrival. I know already that not everyone is going to be with us, so I'm going to cover that as well. And again, I'll tell you a little bit about my role, about what are you going to find or not find in your room, what have we got on site, what facilities are available. We will talk about health and safety, about the support that we've got, and I promise I love to talk a lot, but I'll leave you some time for the questions. Fingers crossed, we'll have a little bit more. So before you arrive, I think the most important bit and a vital bit to complete your booking is to complete your e-induction. It could be quite boring for some because I know that you already know a lot and you probably researched, but please go through those little bits and videos. Then you also have the opportunity to choose a name group or to tell us that you want to stay with someone and tell us about your arrival time or date if it changes or if it's different to the 7th of September. So please use the induction to your advantage, so we know when to expect you. There will also be other bits covered, a little bit of know-how and an orientation bit about UEL and Sketch House. So please give it a go. And then again, I mentioned the guidebook already. It is available on our website. You will be guided. There will be a link in the induction to the guidebook as well, but you can just type UEL halls guide on Google Chrome or any other browser, and that will come up. And then again, it is a log document. However, the best thing about it is that as soon as you open the PDF version, it's got an interactive menu. So in case there are topics that you're interested in particular, like for example, maintenance or meet the team, then you can just click on the topic and it will take you straight there. So you don't need to scroll all the way down. However, it will be great if you can go through the whole document, as it's got pretty much everything that you need to know. So I strongly advise you to go through. You're going to be doing myself and yourself a favor. And in case I forget something, that you will find also an information there. And then again, if you've got any questions, you can always fire them through to accommodation team. The email is displayed on the screen. You will also find, and I know some of you already have, because I'm getting a lot of emails through already. You can also email Sketch House. If it's Sketch House related or anything related, we're all one big team, so we'll be more than happy to answer whichever email you reach us on to. Rent details. Oh, that's the most boring bit, but as important as everything else. So first payment, which is your rent payment, will be made on the 7th of September. You probably noticed that there were 2 payments that you have made when you were completing your bookings. The first £200.50 that you have paid was your deposit. And the second £200.50 when you completed your application is your advanced rent. This £250 will be deducted from the rent installment that you are going to pay on the 7th of September. Probably most of you have used any card, and that card will also be used to set up your direct debit. Apologies, something just fell behind. So that card will be used to set up your direct debit that then the funds will be coming off from. If for some reason it's different, you want to change it, please reach out to the finance team. You will find their email in the guidebook. You can also call them if you're from the UK, if it makes things easier. But it's a good practice to send an email with the details to advise the team in advance that there are any changes that you want to make or any changes to the payment plan. If you're getting a student loan, it will be great if you can send us a schedule in advance, because then we won't be chasing you for any outstanding payments, and it will just be a great notification to the team to know that you will be paying on the different dates. If you can upload a confirmation now, the sooner the better. If you don't have it, please send it as soon as you can, and the team will just upload it for you on the system. There's always a way. Thank you. Oh, yes, and I think I've covered some of the bits already. So if you are making full payment, then I think some of you have already made those. If you've got any questions about it, or if you're paying by Flywire, or you want to inquire about any other payment methods, reach out to the finance team. You can also reach out to me and I'll point you into the right direction. If you've got more questions than just one finance, fire them through and I'll always point you out who to reach out to and which is the best team. We will copy each other to the email, so do not worry. We will let you know what alternatives have you got. And then termly payments are, as I said before, reoccurring payments. You will get a notification in advance, or you can visit your contract, and in the tenancy agreement, there will be 3 dates when the payments are coming off. They are set dates. We cannot change them. So if for some reason you think that you should move that date, or you'll be paying on a different date because of anything, time zones or anything like that, then please let us know. If we know in advance, and if the team knows in advance, or I know, so I can notify my colleagues from finance team, it works in your favor, because then you would receive the chaser emails, and then we would be able to also update it on the system. So you wouldn't need to stress about it. And then I've mentioned the Flywire as well for all international students. I think it's the safest option for now. But again, just email us to explore your option, and then we'll advise you what will be best. I know that some students were using Forex card before. Some students were inquiring about American Express. We don't accept them at the moment, but we will always guide you through whichever payment you want to use. So please just ask us and we'll help you as best as we can. And again, we've got my colleagues' details. So this is acomfinance@arts.ac.uk. And then, as I mentioned, you've also got the mobile number with. You clearly see that I definitely read through the presentations because I'm too far ahead. But yes, please reach out if you've got any card updates, if you want to update your payment plans, or if you've got any rent queries. You don't need to save that email address now. It's in a host guidebook, so do not worry. You don't need to remember everything as I say, because we've got that in a host guide, so we've also covered those details there too. And arrival. I think for everyone as much as for us, because we do all the preparation and we're always looking forward to meet you all. We're excited. We want to make that day very special for you guys. However, it is going to be a busy day. If you can make it for the 7th, it will be amazing, because you will meet my colleagues from various teams across the house, which is really, really great, because then the more you know us, the better orientation you have who to reach out to and when. But just a little tip, make sure you've got your photo ID ready. It could be anything that's got your picture and your name. You will also receive your key. As soon as you come in, we will have trolleys So if anyone went to Google Maps before, if you look at our big reception, we will be there waiting for you. Bring your photo card with. Trolleys will be available as soon as you come in. Then one of my colleagues will direct you to the check-in room when you sign all the required documents and you'll receive your inventory. We'll talk about inventory a little bit later as well. But we try to make it as smooth as possible. And although it's an exciting journey, we will have quite a few of us that will also talk you through the orientation. So if you've got the documents ready in advance, that will be lovely, because that will just speed up the process so you can settle and explore the area, because there will be plenty of time for that. If you want to bring a friend, and I had questions like that already, we're more than welcome. If you want to come with the family members, obviously you're more than welcome to come. You would just need to remember to make us aware how many of you are there. It's just for us to know that, yeah, I know there will be a lot of people in and out, and then it's impossible to sign everyone in, although it's our process. But on that day, just let us know that you're a group. And then, yeah, we will be as quick as possible, and then that will make the process smoother. And yeah, I think that's it. I think we can move to the next slide. I'm again one step ahead. Trolleys, they will be available at reception. We will be available for you. We've always got a plan. So we covered the reception area, and I think as soon as you come in, we've always get asked parking questions. And again, in the host guide, we have included a link that is called Parkopedia. It's a good practice to visit the link if you are coming with the family and looking to park your car for a little bit longer, especially if you've got a lot of staff at the beginning, because some of you may travel for quite far and bring a lot of luggage. So visit the website, plan your journey ahead, grab the trolley from reception. Some of you may want to park in the front of Sketch House. It will be a good idea to send someone over, for example, just to grab a couple of trolleys, load your luggage, and then send one of your family members or friends to park the car elsewhere, because there will be plenty of use in the area. There is some parking that you would need to pay for. There will be some parking of street parking that will be available for free within certain hours, but I think to be on a safe side, it's better to check. If you need anything prior to arrival, if you want us to make anything ready for you, please let us know before. Again, induction will be a great place where you can just give us additional information, what you might need. I review all the information that you put in the inductions, so please feel free to pass the feedback that way as well. Again, it will be reviewed by myself, and then I will communicate to the relevant parties whatever you have requested prior to arrival. And there will be, again, the parking bits that I've already covered. There is a parking that is called Fonthill parking. It's a paid parking. It's slightly cheaper. It is 5-minute walk from here. You will be able to park your car there, come for a trolley, and then walk back again if you need it. But please check Parkopedia. There are also other websites that yourparkingspace.com, when local residents also make their private parkings available. If they don't have a car, they advertise their parking space that you can just rent per an hour. So again, it's called yourparkingspace.com or .co.uk. Please don't quote me on that. But if you go on Google or any other browser, it will come up probably as the first hit. So you've got 2 alternatives. And we can move on. And this is me again. You can come to me and ask me for help, assistance, ideas, and you can approach me pretty much about anything. I am usually based at Sketch House, but if I'm not here, then I'm probably still around. You'll find my email address on the host guide as well. It's sketch.house@arts.ac.uk. I manage that inbox on a daily basis, so please feel free to reach out. And again, I will be available for you Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. If for any reasons you cannot make it at that time, but you really, really want to talk to me about kitchen rota or about an idea that you've got, or you want to make your travel plans and you need a little bit of assistance. So let me know that you would like to have a meeting a little bit later, and we can always arrange that. I think throughout the year, the most queries I received is queries about kitchen rotas. I think it was always the biggest thing because, again, you're sharing a flat with 5 other people, because majority of the flats are 6 people flats. And it could be hard to always motivate another flatmate to clean because you've got different schedules, but we do have example of rotas available. You're more than welcome to create your own one. And then I can always help you to do that as well. I also review kitchen inspection results, and then if you fail the kitchen inspection, then I may just create a rota for your own flat and do the job for you guys. But again, you can come to me about rent queries, tenancy issues, any other queries, any other worries. I also help a lot with recipes. Everyone will pretty much sooner or later find out that I'm a good cook, and food is also always very popular a topic at Sketch House, especially when it comes to the events. So again, feel free to reach out. I'll always make time for you. If there is anything that I wouldn't be able to assist you with, any finance queries or rent queries, still come through, because I'm the person that would probably guide you who is the best person to reach out to. We also have a wonderful team that is a well-being team. We do have those teams within accommodation team. We do have disability team that helps with any adjustments and any queries as well. We do have a person that is our wellbeing and conduct manager, who is our connect between the wellbeing team and the university. And again, we are a big organization, but we're also a big, lovely team. We will always communicate. So whoever you reach out to, we will always signpost you to the right person, or we'll simply resolve the problem, if any, or guide you through whatever assistance you might need. The contacts can be found in the guidebook, and I think the host guidebook will be a word that I'm going to repeat a lot, but there is a reason for it, because there is a lot of information there. So in your tenancy agreement, you will also find that the guidebook is a part of the contract. So there could be some rules, regulations, there could be some tips, but it is a document that is binding the tenancy. Well, that is a part basically of the tenancy as well. So it's vital for you to at least go through the most important topics like maintenance, orientation, health and safety, and safety within the halls, and the well-being part. And the most important part for everyone, I think, I always get those questions. If I forget anything, don't forget to go to Sketch House, scroll down probably halfway through, and you have a virtual tour that shows you the contents as well. So forgive me, I see those rooms pretty much on a daily basis. So if I miss anything, because for me it's a routine, then again, you can use the Q&A time, or you can go to the virtual tour on the right-hand side of the little window. I think the reception will be the first slide. You'll have little numbers. There will be a tour through a standard room. There will be an example of a studio. You can walk into the bathroom to look around what is in there as well. So if I forget to tell you that we've got bathroom hooks, for example, or if you're worried if they're there or not, you can always refer back to the tour. So when you come in, you will find a mattress protector mattress. There will be a long desk, shelves. There will be a headboard that you can use the space behind for books, decorations, or anything that makes you feel like home. I think the most important bit for everyone is under the bed storage, because everyone is coming with the luggage. The under the bed storage is 30 centimeters high. So if you unzip your luggage, take all the contents out, you will be able to unfold it, fit underneath the bed. Some of you may want additional storage containers, some of you may not, but you can also use your suitcases just to store your items, especially when the weather is changing and you want to store summer away and welcome the winter. Then under the bed storage is available. You will be asked if you need a cutting mat on your arrival. We do have them. Again, we take pride in sustainability, so some of them will be used, but they still got plenty life left in them. If you forget to take one on your check-in day, you can always come back to reception. We'll have some in store for you, so do not worry. And then in your guidebook, using that keyword again, you will find heating details on how to operate windows. As a part of the sustainability, heating is not on all the time, and then you can switch it off from your bed. So if you feel a little bit chilly, and it's one of those days when the temperature reaches minus, never in the UK, but it could be one off, you can switch the heating on from your bed and just wait a couple of minutes for that to kick in to start your day. So please read through the heatings, and one tip from me, I'm going to use that opportunity, do not cover the heaters. They are electric and then don't like to be covered. Again, you'll find the information in the guidebook, and the next important bit is your inventory. Although it's a long document and it covers a lot of areas, like the inventory will ask you to go through all the items that you've got in your room, in your kitchen, in your shared areas, if there are any more in your hallways. Please go through it. We will give you that document on your check-in, on your arrival. If for some reason, let's say we didn't have enough, or we had an issue with the printed touch that would not, we can always supply you with another one. But this is the very important bit. Whoever you rent from in the future, if that's a private landlord, us or another hall, always complete the inventory. Although we aim for perfection, you may find some items, or a crack in the wall, for example, in your room, that it's also worth noticing. We will be checking the rooms on departures as well, and comparing the room condition from when you moved in to after you moved out. So this is a very important and vital bit for you to fill out, bring it back to reception. I think it's best to complete it as soon as you move in, because then before you unpack your stuff, you will be able to see any, let's say, imperfections in your rooms, and then be able to note it down. Or if there is anything missing in your kitchen, then you can let us know, so we can quickly go through it and then rectify it for you. So it's a good notification for us and the team on site as well. We will talk about charges list that is also connected to the inventory. Although it's not my favorite subject, it's one of the most important, because as I mentioned before, the first £250 that you have paid is your deposit. And accidents happen. You can scratch a wall or damage the wall, and then the sooner you tell us, the better. There is a chance that we can also fix that in-house. But if you leave it till the very end after your departure, when you leave, although we're talking about welcome, but when you leave, we will inspect your room. And if there are any damages found, then they're usually damages to the walls that you haven't reported to us, or help us to rectify them for you, and then there will be charges apply. Again, the charge list is on our website. It's not a secret. You will find the link in a guidebook as well. It's pretty much everything that you've got on the inventory. So all the items that you can find in your room, there will be a price next to it. Some prices are subject to quote, because we're going through inflation every year. But all that information could be found on the website. So it's nothing that is going behind the scenes. You can always check if you damage something or anything like that. Please do not attempt to fix it. But the sooner you report it, the better, because then we can avoid the charges when you leave the property. And repairs and maintenance, we do have a special team that does with anything building related. So I am your residence manager, and I deal with everything tenancy related, cooking recipes, and everything else pretty much. But maintenance is not my specialty, although I do quite a lot, and I'll be able to help you with instructions and a lot more, and explain how to operate windows and everything else. We do have a team that's called Fresh Student Living Team that is responsible for building maintenance. They will be also helping us with kitchen inspections. They are now, this year, every month. They used to be more frequent, but because of students' feedback and because of your busy schedule, we thought it will be more beneficial for everyone if we inspect the kitchens every month. So I've mentioned the rotas before. Some of you may find that you just don't need it, and then some people will just naturally find the way and then make their rota and divide the duties. But again, that rota sample is available on the website. It's good. It's a good practice just to sit down as soon as you guys meet and settle down to find out who wants to do what. And then if you divide the duties by yourself, send me the rota, so then I would know who's responsible to clean which part of the kitchens. I think my least favorite part is to talk about what happens when the kitchen fails an inspection. We do have a contractor that does the cleaning for us, so we do need to hire cleaners in order to come and deep clean your kitchen. So every month you will get a kitchen inspection sheet that will have 14 areas, and if you fail or 3 or more, we will then revisit your kitchen on Wednesdays, because the kitchen inspection usually start every Monday. Don't worry, we send you a Friday reminder. So it's not like it's going to be out of the blue. We always give you a notification in advance. And if 3 or more area fail on the kitchen inspection, we will then revisit your kitchen inspection, your kitchen again on Wednesday. If that kitchen inspection fail, there will be a deep clean charge that is shared between all students. And this is why I'm saying that rotas are very, very important. Again, if you're responsible for any areas, there's usually 2 per person. Like, for example, someone will clean the hobs and take the bins out. As soon as you complete your task on the rota, let's say during the weekend, it's a good practice to take a picture as a proof, because we don't have a guarantee that after we've cleaned the hobs, someone is not gonna, I don't know, have a birthday party, for example, or cook and mess it up a little bit straight after. But it's vital for us to know that you complete the tasks and clean those areas every month. This is just for fire safety, for health and safety. And again, it's a requirement that is outlined in your tenancy agreement. So please think about how you want to do it. If you need any help with it, let me know. Although we do have a lot of information and tips, how to clean the kitchen, what to use. We will still be sending them on a regular basis, but feel free to reach out. We'll always find a solution. And one more thing about your kitchen equipment, we would not provide pots and pans or any cutlery. So everything that you want to bring to your new home, you'll need to bring with you or order. And a good thing is to use the UniKit out because you get a discount. And we do get a lot of that on the yearly basis. So I think so far UniKit has been very successful in supplying you with all the necessary bits that you need for your kitchens. So you might want to visit them. There are obviously other shops, like a lot of students use IKEA's, but UniKit knows what you need, and then you can choose and pick items that extras that you might need. So it's up to you, but a lot of students do use them. UniKit out again, just at the very bottom. You can also just type in Google or just visit our host guide. So don't worry if you forget the name. And that's my favorite part, available facilities. So yes, we do have refuse and recycling on the list. They are on the ground floor. We've got three refuge rooms when you have general waste and recycling. There are also arrows, but if you think about Sketch, it's a building that is located on an L. So we're pretty much at each end of the L, you have a recycling store. Do not worry, there is always someone at reception to ask. So, and there are arrows pointing out. But if you use your main lifts, of course, I know the facilities from the top of my head. But if you do like the little virtual tour, and then if you place yourself in the lift lobby right outside, then whichever way you go, left or right, you'll always end up in the refuse store. We do have laundry facilities on the ground floor as well. They are in the main lobby. We've got one laundry room. It is being operated by Circuit. Some of you that have been with us already may know, but those who do not, it's being operated by Circuit app, and that's the only thing that you pay for. So everything else is included in the rent, is included in the rent, but laundry is something that you top up yourself and use the balance as you want, basically. And it's a pay as you go app. So you will pay £3 for a cycle and £2 for a drying cycle. I love the app because it also tells you when it is going to finish, so you can plan your time accordingly. We have a lovely common room that is being used a lot when you guys do a lot of projects. And as much as I love the vibe in the common room, always, please remember that it is a confined space, and then you cannot use any spray or any paints that may smell, I would say, too much, that would basically produce any odors. I was trying to avoid that word, but yes, any sprays, anything that could affect your breathing, it shouldn't be used in the common room. This applies to some of the glue as well. There are plenty of facilities that you can rent, studios that you can rent throughout the UAL. So if you go on UAL Studios to rent, you can also book a space where you can work that is designed for certain works to happen, but everything else is welcome. And again, if you do have any questions, or if you do have worries that you're using products that may be a little bit toxic or not, and I'm talking about the sprays or could damage anything, just come and talk to me. I will always help you and point you to the right direction. The other facility that we've got is the bike store. I think one thing you need to remember, that although it is facility within Sketch House, you still need a bike lock, because we do have these metal frames in the bike stores, and although the entry is protected by a fob, so your fob key will also give you access there. It is important that you always get a lock, and it's not going to be covered in your insurance. That equipment isn't. So please be mindful when you're choosing your lock. Just always bring one with. There are plenty of stores that you can also around the Finsbury Park that you can get one. So if you forget, do not worry. And we do have security in the building 24 hours as well. There is a 24-hour number that is displayed outside Sketch House and also outside reception. So if you had a look how Sketch House looks like from the inside, as soon as you walk in and walk through, there will be a big open space reception. There is a shutter that you find that sometimes may be closed, but that doesn't mean that there is no one in the building. It's actually the opposite. That means that someone is somewhere around the building. And then if you need urgent assistance, there is a 24 hours number. It's a mobile number that you can call via WhatsApp or from your phone. That will be always carried by a member of staff or security member of staff. So they will always have it with them. If you need us, the numbers will be displayed again outside and on the reception door, so you will never get lost. We do have Amazon locker in here. However, you don't need to use it. We've also got a wonderful reception team that's going to handle all your parcels and deliveries. And again, my keyword, my favorite, this is going to be covered in the host guide. There is a post procedure. There is a QR code at the reception that you will scan. It will be matched to your room number and a code to pick up your parcel. All you need to do is to find your room, give the code to the person that is sitting at reception, and they'll issue the parcels. We do have post boxes in the lobby. If there is a small parcel, it doesn't matter if it's Royal Mail, Amazon, or wherever it comes from. If it fits in a post box, just ask the staff for the post box key, because it's likely the reason that why isn't it on the big list where all the parcels will be listed. is because they fit it in the post box. So do not worry if you don't see your parcel there. Do not worry that there is something missing. It probably is in your mail slot. And again, reception is an open space. We do have security here at night and also on the weekends on a daily basis. You will see us sitting around. It's an open space, and it's being covered by sometimes by myself, sometimes by my different colleagues. So when you're there, yeah, you will see us all around. There is no doorbell or anything like that. So if you don't see us around, you can again call that number that is displayed on the door to reach out to us if you need us.
Thank you, Kasia. So the last few slides, if you're happy, we'll just have a brief overview so we can have enough time at the end for Q&A for anyone that's got any questions. We're very thorough so far, so maybe we won't have many questions, but yeah, just got a few more slides left.
Okay, I'll try. I told you I like to talk a lot and I like so much information, but again, we are taking a pride in being awarded for various things. We've got a lot of events going on. We do have a lot of activities throughout September, so please visit our Hull's website. We love the word community and we love to build community. Please visit again, explore the various events because there'll be your opportunity to meet people from your course. We will do probably all the cinema, outdoor cinema will be at Sketch House because we've got a lovely space here. But again, Hull's Life team takes pride in everything that they do, and you can talk to them as well. If for some reason no one is available, you will also have members of staff that do not only events, but also take part in your wellbeing program. You will see also their logos and what we provide in the building. So yeah, we're here for you. And yes, here for you. Again, one step ahead a little bit. We do provide dry food, some period products and laundry powders and dispensers. If for some reason it's not there, just ask the team. We will replenish them for you. We will have also a community fridge. If you're going away and you feel like you're not going to use all your food, you will be able to place it and leave it for someone that will, for example, remain in your hall. Or if you do not like something that you purchased or you think that you're not going to use it, there will be a community fridge in a common room. We will also provide you with well-being bags. There will be quite a few yoga classes. I'm not sure if there is one in September. I think there is, but throughout the year, we've got quite a few. We also have an event that is absolutely one of our favorite ones. And I mean our one because everyone absolutely loves it, staff and the students, and it's a puppy therapy. There will be one scheduled in Sketch House in an overhauls in September. Book your slot as soon as you can. It's absolutely lovely. We do have coffee and chat sessions. We will have, I forgot about the most important part, I think. We will have committee members that will be a part of Here For You team and Hull's Life team, but they will be living in Sketch. So if you ever feel that I just want to go to have a coffee with someone, you can reach out to them as well. And we'll also have Queer Peers podcast, which I had a browse through yesterday, and it's actually quite interesting. So thumbs up. Health and safety. We do have weekly alarm tests. We will have fire drills. Everyone absolutely doesn't like them because they happen at random times. And we do need to have them in the winter as well. But again, this is a legal requirement. So if you hear the fire alarm for longer than 10 seconds, please make your way to emergency exits. There will be illuminated signs to point you to the emergency exit on a staircase. You will find also emergency services information on your flat door. So please treat it seriously. I do not want to send anyone warnings just because they didn't attend the fire alarm test or they've taken too long. If it's winter, grab your jacket and go. If it's summer, go out, enjoy a cuppa. know your escape route. Again, it is illuminated. You will find a sign all over the building. But if for some reason there is no sound or anything like that, but you can hear it from other floors, escalate it to us straight away. But again, this is why we test it every Wednesday. On Wednesdays, you may not hear it, but if you do for longer than 10 seconds, you will still need to make your out of the building. And we do have only one place when you can smoke and vape, and it's the garden that I forgot to tell you about, which is lovely in the summer, but we do close it at 9 p.m. to limit the noise because it's an inside garden. It's for us only, and it's absolutely amazing. But that will be your smoking or vaping space during the turn times or outside the building. Please be mindful of the noise if you're smoking or vaping during the night. We do have neighbours, and we do live in a busy zone in London. And then again, do not cover any alarm detectors. The system is designed to protect you. So it's very important that you do not tamper with the fire alarms. We will find out sooner or later during the term inspections, room inspections, or sometimes the system alerts us that it has been tampered with. So please don't do it. If you've got any concerns or questions how it works, reach out and I'll explain it to you. I'm trying my best to talk you through and leave you enough time for Q&A. Health and safety. If there is anything that I need to be aware of or anything that you need prior to arrival, you can state that in the induction or afterwards. Please just notify me. There is a very high chance that I already have a solution for you. If you need a PEEP plan, also reach out. If you forgot to put it in your induction already, you can send it to me via email. And then we can schedule a meeting and then or fill it out together when you come. So do not worry. If you have forgotten, I'm here again, and we can always just email each other about it. If you've got to check work regulations, you can check with the management. It usually will also say on your visa, if you have one, how many hours you can work. But if you're unsure, just please reach out to us. A safety part, to avoid any damages that I have mentioned before, we will have cutting mats available. Please use them. No one wants to pay for a damaged desks at the end. Everyone just wants to have a brilliant experience in your home away from home, move out and do not need to deal with any charges. So if you need one, or if you didn't get one, or if you just need one for a short period of time, please let us know and then we'll get one for you. And something that I have covered already, so that should be quick and easy. Spray cans and naked flames, not allowed. Any chemicals that should be stored safely at the university as well. So do not store your items here. If you are not sure, please ask me. There are also no e-scooters and e-bikes being permitted to store, even if it's the storage. So we've got bike storage only. So if you're not sure, again, please ask. I know that there are various devices available and they are, sometimes part electric, but please ask. But again, for us, it will be bikes only. And then if you charge your laptops, phones on your desk, please do not leave them on your bed or on the floor, because again, you're leaving on a highly flammable bedding or clothes. So please be mindful. You've got lovely space for charging everything under the desks. So when you go through the rooms, I think you will notice that there are sockets underneath and there are holes on each side of the desk, so you can just pull out your cables to keep the devices safe from any other surfaces. Personal safety, one of the most important topics. London is a big city. There is always someone around, but that doesn't mean that there is always someone around with great intentions. So use the licensed cab, like Black Taxis, Uber. There are other applications, but please make sure that this is an app. The app that you're using has got a license. To plan your journey, you can use, as much as Google, you can use Citymapper. I prefer Citymapper because Google doesn't always gives you the best route. It's good to plan ahead. I've got a theory that even if something is around the corner, wherever you go in London, it always takes an hour. No, it doesn't, but sometimes it does if you include any walking distances and a coffee that you want to grab on the way and a nice croissant from Lidl that is around the corner that you're going to need, and you're just going to be attracted by the smell from the bakery. So plan ahead. And again, we do have 24 hours a reception cover. If you don't know where to go, or if you struggle to have your with any apps or to work out your phone, just please and ask. Keep your valuables hidden. If you have been with us before, then you may know, but also spread the awareness. It has been a trend for quite a while, not at Finsbury Park in particular, but across the whole London, about snatching phones. And I know that this is a device that is with us on a daily basis and we always have it in hand, but try to reach out to your colleagues to let them know that you're on your way and sort everything out, or book a cab. Before you leave Sketch House, there is a lovely lobby area where you can just spend your, couple of extra minutes to book your Uber, put it in your pocket and keep it safe, to make sure that you do not leave it behind in the cabs, because then it takes a long time to get them, although from Ubers you can, but then it's going to consume a lot of time and it's not always guaranteed. When you're walking on the streets, please be aware. Try to have it not even on your lanyard, but just keep it safe in your bag, in your pocket, in the bag that you can wear at the front. It's called like a kidney bag, just to keep it away. And another thing that you need to be aware of is tailgating. Although you need a key fob, please make sure that you're comfortable when entering the building. And I'm not talking about Sketch House, I'm talking anywhere you go. When you're entering your university or Sketch House, that you're comfortable, that the people that enter the building with you do look like students or you know them. If you don't, report it to reception straight away. If you're not sure about someone that has just entered, or if you don't know them, or if you're just unsure about the person because, for example, it looks much older than a regular student, or they have displayed any suspicious behavior, please come straight to reception and report it to staff or security. Do not let anyone to follow you. And again, let's say you're walking from Finsbury Park towards Sketch House, and then you feel that you're being followed. You can call the 48 hours number and just ask the security staff to stay with you on the phone, just to say, hey guys, I'm walking towards Sketch House, I'm coming back from uni, from the station, or from anywhere you have been, and the staff will just comfort you and stay with you. We've got cameras around the building, although they do not go all the way back to the station, that we can see quite a fair bit of the pavement, so we would be able to see you quite quickly. And again, save the mobile number, the signal throughout the building when you're in. It could be useful for noise complaints, but we'll cover that on another part. If the signal around the building varies, I think the best thing is to enable Wi-Fi calling in your phone settings, and it's not Wi-Fi setting, it's your call settings. So you can always reach out to the staff and then use also Wi-Fi and call them through WhatsApp whenever you need them. So I think saving that number that is displayed at the front will be one of the first bit that you should do when you arrive. And I also mentioned the support that we've got available throughout. We do have counsellors, health advisors, and chaplains. We also have student services available, disability advisors. And again, we do have a team that does speak to each other. So whoever you connect with, whoever services you may need, also you can speak to me. I can refer you to the right person. I will always ask you for consent. We do have sessions that are available online, so you can book a drop-in session via a form. If you go to UAL Student Services, you will see various links to guide you through and to be able to choose from which support is available for you, or you may need or not need. So you can choose whichever drop-in session or in-person session or which advice you need at the time. The disability team has got a different email address, but then again, you'll be able to see that on the website. And then pretty much all the contacts are on the student services site, apart from mine. But then if you reach out to me, I'll be able to let you know where to log in and where to go. Siobhan is laughing at me already. Am I really that over? No? Okay. And again, if you have any questions, these are the accommodation details that you've seen on one of the first slides. We also have a colleague that is working from our Hong Kong office for those who want to reach out at the different times, because I know the time zone differences. Please save that number that is displayed in here. His name is Chu. He is working Monday to Friday, 9:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. So if you want to take a snapshot, this is the time.
Thank you, Kasia. We have run over the webinar, but that was very thorough. So if anyone wants to hang back for about 10 minutes, if you're okay with this, Kasia, we will open up the Q&A now for anyone wants to pop something in the Q&A box. We can ask Kasia live, and then if you submit a question we don't have time to answer, we will email you a response. So the Q&A box is open, nothing's come through yet, but just also to mention, this webinar has been recorded and will be uploaded to Halls Live next week. So you'll be able to review it if you miss anything or just wanted further clarification, and you know that Kasia has discussed it, it will be available for you. So we've got some questions coming through now. So Kasia, someone would like to know if there's any information regarding the quieter living scheme.
Yes, we did release an article, but we did make an option for those students who prefer a quieter lifestyle. That could be for various reasons, but we have dedicated 2 flats where students commit to be good neighbors, I would say, but that is mainly connected to the noise levels and to the lifestyle. So some people, for example, prefer to stay in a flat that doesn't throw parties all the time. And we have given students that choice to commit that they prefer to stay together without, you know, having big events, for example. So you will also find more information on the website. We did release an email a while ago. So if you scan through your mailboxes after you've accepted the offer, I think it was approximately 3 weeks ago, you'll find more information about it there as well. And again, if I haven't said enough, or if you didn't find enough, you can email me with more questions. I'm more than happy to answer with more details.
Thank you. Students asked, what does staying over break look like at Sketch House? So I'm assuming maybe they mean term times, term breaks, and
Yes.
command hooks are allowed or advised against.
I didn't catch the last part. Staying over breaks and
Also they want to know if command hooks are allowed or advised against.
are those command hooks the stripes? Hold on, let me Google, guys.
I suppose like if you just want to mention what if they're allowed to use anything to put on the walls, I'm assuming they just want to.
I've Googled command hooks. This is something that Fresh Team would absolutely, the team that does maintain the building, would absolutely advise you against. There are a couple that I spotted around, but we always aim to remove it. So avoid affixing anything to the walls or any other surfaces. So please no command hooks. With regards to breaks, you're more than welcome to stay over. We will have events planned during those breaks as well. Or some students do not want to come back home and they just want their friends to visit. And I think guest policy comes in place in that instance. Of course it does, but I just wanted to let you know that I may be flexible with some arrangements. I know that some of the friends during Christmas will come, you know, would love to visit London. Why not? And they are traveling from quite far, or family member, or or anyone really that you want to bring over and show where you stay, where you live, when you where you study. So 3 days every 2 weeks is where you can have your overnight guests staying with you. But if you need someone to stay with you for a little bit longer, please let me know, and we can always approve it or speak to your flatmates if they're comfortable. Sometimes they don't, you know, people that stay over during those breaks do not want to have parents around or anything like that, but or someone staying for too long because they just want their peace and quiet. But I always manage to find a solution so far. So yes, you're more than welcome to stay. You do not need to move out. This is your home for the duration of your contract, so no one's going to ask you to leave. If you leave Sketch House for longer than 7 days, please let us know, because that means for the maintenance team that they will need to go to your room just to do the flashing in the bathrooms to prevent the Legionella. That's a legal requirement. So please notify us. Too much.
Is there a curfew for having people over?
Yes, there is. We were very strict with guest policy before because, again, this is for your own protection. You should be signing on your guests before 10 p.m. We did have some feedback that we should be a little bit more flexible, but again, it is for your safety. I did speak to security and staff throughout, and our out of hours team. That is also someone that you can reach out to. And sometimes things do get escalated in terms of reaching out for permission to sign someone later than 10 p.m. We would judge the situation on I think on the individual basis, but again, if someone had a late flight or if you had a late dinner, it's a good practice just to call Sketch House or give me a heads up to say, Kasia, my friend is arriving late. And then I will send you an email with approval. You can present it to the security, and there is always a way around it. So yes, there is a curfew. You wouldn't be able to just sign in random people after 10 p.m. But if it's a requirement and if you can give me a heads up, then we will be flexible.
Thank you. Student would like to know how many people are they allowed to bring on the 7th to help them move in?
Really and truly, there isn't a limit. I would prefer if there is a big group that is coming with anyone, and I think by big group I mean if you're coming with 5 people or more, then please let me know. We didn't have those instances really, but there isn't any limit. But please be mindful that everyone else who's checking in could also bring as many people, and then it would just make things more difficult and slow down the process of checking in. So no, there isn't really a limit, but keep in mind that others may want to bring the same amount of people, and then there will be quite a few thousands of us in here in the end.
Thank you. Student would like to know what the size is of a standard room's bed.
It's 3/4. So if you booked a studio, you will have a double mattress, but all the mattresses are 3/4. As soon as you type in Google small double or 3/4 UK bed, it will give you the exact measurements.
And that's for a standard room, yeah.
Yes. I mean, for all the rooms, like all apart from studios, all the rooms have the same beds.
Thank you. Student would like to know if there are opening and closing times for Sketch House.
No, we're open 24 hours, but can I know who asked that question just to put it on my radar?
They also had a follow-up question as well.
Don't worry, we're open 24 hours.
They want to know if there's a time limit for how long their visitors can stay as well.
So if it's a day visitor, they need to sign out by 11 o'clock. And after 11 o'clock, as in your tenancy agreement, you need to keep the noises to the minimum. So it makes sense that your friends would also leave. Other than that, the security may knock on your door and just check if that person has left the premises. If it's your overnight guest, then again, they will check by 10 p.m., I imagine, but they can check in anytime during the day and check out the next day. Or 3 nights later, anytime. But please remember that they also need to be accompanied by you at all times. You can't give the keys to anyone, even if it's your parents or a friend. So they need to leave whenever you leave as well the next day.
Thank you. I think you answered it before, but I'll just ask this again. Someone wants to know if their relative can stay for a night or two.
Yes, they can stay for 3 nights. But then, as I said before, I do understand that sometimes parents or sisters, brothers, friends can travel from far. As soon as you give me a heads up, we can also notify your flatmates that there will be someone staying for longer and reach out an agreement, but maximum 3 nights every 2 weeks. So if you sign someone in today, they can stay until today is not, it's Wednesday.
Yes.
Right, I lost the date, I think. I wanted to say Thursday. If you sign someone in for overnight today, let's say now, they can stay from Wednesday to Thursday, Thursday to Friday, Friday to Saturday. And then from that Saturday, when they check out, you will be able to check someone in 2 weeks on a Saturday for, again, 1, 2, or 3 nights. And they need to be 3 consecutive nights.
Perfect, thank you. And it's last 2 questions. First one is, how frequent are room inspections?
Sorry, I didn't catch the first part about the room inspections.
How frequent?
Oh, how frequent, sorry. Well, if you've got a 50-week contract, there will be 3 room inspections. So it's the same like my landlord. They like to come every 4 months. If you've got a shorter contract, so 41 weeks, there will be 2 room inspections. They're usually, again, any time between 3 and 4 months after you start your tenancy, and then 3-4 months from the last inspection. We'll always give you a heads up, so don't worry, guys. There wouldn't just be us randomly going around.
Thank you. So a couple more questions are coming through, but we will respond to these via email. As I said, there was just 2 more questions left. So the last one is, do I need to mail or inform only one if I arrive later than the 7th? Obviously, you can just update this on your induction.
Yes, it would be lovely if you can let us know via email, but if you can log back in and let us know via induction, that's perfect, because there are a couple of colleagues that are also overseeing those reports. So that would be a great way to communicate that throughout our teams as well.
Perfect. Yeah, brilliant.
Please,
So
one more.
one more? You sure?
One more.
A couple have come through late, so I have got 2 left. So how many people can share a kitchen and common room?
Common room, there are no limits really, but in terms of a kitchen, we've got 4-5 flats that are 10 people flats, so you will be sharing with 9 other people. Majority flats are 6 people flats.
Thank you. All right, let's just get this last one. There's the last one.
Okay.
So she would like to know if they can contact their roommate before moving in.
No, guys, I'm sorry, GDPR. I cannot disclose who is staying with you, but I'm pleased to say that you are from all around the world. So the chances are that you will be sharing your flats with a lot of people from many different countries and many different spaces. I did have some inquiries. Can I stay in a flat with someone that is on the same course? Again, Sketch House is a closest accommodation to CSM, and there is a probability that you will be sharing a flat with someone from your course, but we do have a lot of events when you can build that community. You can also agree room moves between each other if you're really tempted to stay with a colleague from with a friend that you've just made, or the friend that you just met before but you didn't tell us on induction. Then all you need to do is to agree the room move and email me. If you want to, one important thing, change your room on your arrival, it wouldn't be possible because the rooms will be allocated, but do not worry, because you can submit a room move request throughout the year, and then from your tenancy start in October, we will be looking at any possible room moves as well. So if you've got any flatmates preference, then you can choose a group. For example, if there is 3 of you that know each other already and would like to stay in the same flat, you can choose the group name, like, for example, I don't know, Flower. And then all of you would need to put a group name in your induction that it is a Flower. For us, it is a consent that you all want to stay together.
Perfect. Thank you. That's all the questions in the Q&A answered. So thank you for that, Kasia.
Thank you for stretching it for me a bit.
Thank you as well for everyone attending. And as I said, this recording will be uploaded to Halls Live next week. But that's it from us. So we look forward to seeing you in September.
It's going to be a great year, guys.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Looking forward to seeing you. Bye bye. Take care.